Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today is hashtag tagmetuesday and our project today is a wonderful, easy, crinkled notepad. So here it is right here. We're going to do some stamping. We're going to use our coffee dyed tracing paper. I've got a few little digitals here. They're from Journal Jigsaw that was put on in March by Rach and Bella Crafts and Angela Kerr, a little butterfly, a flat back pearl, and some sari silk from Crimson Heart Studios. I did decide to sew mine around the edge with my machine, and this is permanently attached, our closure, so you're not going to lose it. So we're going to open it up here, and we've got a wonderful little flip pad right here, just like that. And it does sound wonderful. All right, you guys, we're going to make this, and I'm going to tell you the glitch in the matrix that is happening right now. So I don't know if you can get into my Facebook group, Tag Me Tuesday. And the reason why I don't know if you can get in it or not, these are the coffee dyed tracing papers. We made them a couple of videos ago. So we're going to need a piece of one of these. And I've got one right here. It's a scrap. And this scrap is about 9 inches by 6, something like that. And then you're going to want some other type of paper. You could use book page, you could use a paper pad, you could use a digital. You just need another piece. And what we want to do is first take your coffee dyed tracing paper and we're going to stamp on it. And while I'm stamping on my piece, I'm looking for my stamp now. Oh my goodness, what happened to my stamp? Oh my gosh, what happened to this whole pile? It's probably underneath the pile somewhere. Oh, here it is, I see it. So let me tell you what's going on. So I got a message from Meta, and Meta says that I violated something on my Facebook. Now, you guys, I only post my thumbnails on there and my Tag Me Tuesday projects. So I have no idea what they're talking about. But you know, you can't talk to anybody. It's all, you know, computerized. I think Meta is computer. So anyway, I can't talk to anybody, and I'm trying to resolve this. And they say I have to answer these questions. I answer them. Then they send me a code, and I'm supposed to send the code back to them. Well, they tell me that the code is invalid. They send me the code, and then I put it in, and then they said it's invalid. I mean to tell you, we have gone ring around the rosy with this one. So I don't know if I still have a Facebook account, or if I don't have a Facebook account. Who knows? Who knows? The deal is that our Tag Me Tuesday projects are on a Facebook group. So without my Facebook, what do I do with my group? So I've been thinking we might be doing something over an Instagram with the group. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure how to go about this. I'm still trying to fix the problem and keep the Facebook. But whether I do or whether I don't, we're going to work it out and we're still going to be able to be together. So now what I want to do is I've got a new color, Distressed Oxide Spun Sugar. And when I got this color, it came with this little fella. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up. It's a really pretty color. It's very creamy, and you can see it almost looks white when it gets put on my coffee dyed tracing paper. And I'm just going to put it here and there. I'm not really going to worry about exactly where I put it. I just want to get a little bit of this color on here. Now, I can't tell, I don't know if it's looking white on the video or if it's looking pale pink. but it is definitely in real life pale pink. So it looks pale pink to me when I look at this paper. I don't know if it looks pale pink to you. I don't know about that. All right, so now we've got just a little bit of color on there. The next thing I want to do is I want to glue my tracing paper that I've stamped onto the back of my paper. Now remember I said you could use a book page, you could use a magazine, you could use a paper pad, digital, okay? I'm going to get my wet glue. You're going to need a wet glue, not a glue stick, guys, because what we want to do is we want to add our glue to the edge of our tracing paper here, not in the center. I know you might want to say, oh, but I want to glue the center down. Well, we don't want to glue the center down because that's how we're going to get our wonderful crinkle sound. Now, we're going to flip this over like this. And you know, I like to trim out my pieces instead of trying to get it right up against the edge. So that's why I have offset it from my piece of paper. And now I'm just pressing it down. I'm going to press it like this too, just so I make sure that it really gets stuck all the way around the edge. The next thing is I'm going to trim this out. All right, so I've got my tracing paper glued on to my decorative paper. And what I want to do is, well, actually, if you want to sew around the edge, now is the time that you would want to do that. And I also think I would like to round my corners of my project here. So I'm going to fold it like this. Well, actually, I'm not going to crease it. I'm just going to roll it over. And then I'm going to take the corner points off. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is sometimes if it's a single, it chews your paper if it's just a single little piece of paper. But since I've placed them together, then it chopped it off really nicely. I'm actually going to sew mine around the edge because, as you know, I do lots of bundles of ephemera and things. And so if someone is going to get this in their bundle of ephemera, I would like it to be sewn. But you can tell it looks just as beautiful not sewn. It's just an added layer. All right, as I was sewing my little piece here, I thought, you know, since this is a Tag Me Tuesday project, you can change it all up. Well, actually, you can change anything up that you make, right, guys? Because it's your project. We're going to make ours, the video that I'm showing, I'm going to make the one I'm going to show you this way, with this being the outside. But you could make one with the stamped paper on the inside and the printed paper on the outside. So that's all up to you. You could switch it around if you would like. So I'm going to, I think I really like this end. So this is the end that is going to be my flap. This is going to be this part right here. So I'm just going to look to see, how much did I fold it up? About 3 inches. Well, let's just give it a little fold here, and that will be good, I think. Let me line it up on a line. There. It doesn't have to be exact, right, guys? And then we're going to fold it down. And that's about, I'll measure it in just a second. That's about almost 2 inches. So there's my little fold out like this. This is how I've chosen to use mine. Now, because I've inked mine, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to ink this outside when I folded it. And I'm also going to run my sponge on the inside. I've got some coffee dyed loose leaf book pages here. And I'm going to have 3 of them in mine. Now you could actually put a few more. I'm just using 3. And you're going to want to start it below this fold down, meaning that's where it's going to be attached, below this. It's not going to be attached up here on this folded down part. And I'm just looking at it, and I think I would like to trim it about right here. So I'm going to cut these so they fit into my booklet here. Well, it's not a booklet. It's more like a fold down, a crinkled fold down. All right, so I've got the width correctly, or actually the way I want it. It's not so much correct. It will fit inside my little booklet there, flip down. I'm going to use my mini stapler, and I'm going to staple my pages together. Oh, I wonder if, I don't think I really got those stapled well. Let's see if I caught them all. I think so. Yeah, they're all caught. Now I'm going to place this right up in this crease right here. And I'm going to lift up the bottom. And let's see. I think I'd like to fold this about right here. And the reason is, I think, that seems to be crooked, doesn't it? Is I want to fold it so that this fold on the bottom clears it. It doesn't bind in any way. So now I'm going to just make a mark right here. And I'm actually going to cut a little shorter than that mark. So get this straightened out a little bit. I think I'll cut it about right there. All right. So now my papers should fit in here nicely. They're a little bit long. Look at there. They're a little bit long right there. So I'm going to cut them just a little bit shorter. All right. Now someone's going to want to know what size these are. These are 5 3/4 by 7. And we folded it so that it fits, excuse me, fits into our little crinkled fold out. Yeah, fits really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to glue this in. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'll be generous with it. And I'm going to position this so everything closes up nicely. And I'm going to actually check it just like that, opening it back up and using my little piece of paper towel. I'm going to make sure nothing's oozing out in the way of glue. Now, you know I like to cover my staples, right? And I have this beautiful, let's see, no, it's this one. This was the peach one that I used in my example. Here is kind of a pinky color, and I would like to glue this on right here. Now, I think I'd like to make a little bit of a ruffle, and I'm going to add my glue here, and then I'm just going to gather it just a little bit. This is causing me trouble. I can't seem to make it gather because there's nothing really to catch it on. This, I didn't cut myself or anything. Right here, my fingers, they split down this way, and this one split, and it's really yowzers, you know. I used some liquid, you know, the liquid Band-Aid, but it really, I guess it just wasn't strong enough, and it didn't work very well. So I kind of had to resort to using I should have ripped this first, but so hindsight, we're ripping it now. I had to resort to a lovely fashion statement there with my, yeah, well, anyway, it's just the way it is, right, guys? Okay, so now that's real pretty. I like that a lot. I'm going to add a little something, something. Remember I told you that kit that was Rach and Bella Crafts and Angela Kerr, and they got together and made this little kit, and I was part of it? Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use one of their little embellishments from that kit. I'll see if I can't find that kit for you and link it. I did a snippet. That was my part of the video, is I was making snippets, and yeah. So I have lots of these little pieces still, and I love them. They're just adorable, and they are wonderful for spring. They're so very springy. Okay, you know what? I never did round the bottom of this. I just noticed that. There, let's get that done real quick. Let's just take a second. There we go. All right, so that looks great. I love how that's looking inside. If you ink, you might want to just kind of, you know, highlight a little bit here and there. You could even, if you used your stamp, now I don't know what I did with, here it is, your stamp. Maybe you used I just dropped it on the floor, guys. A stamp, a word stamp. Of course, you know, you could use like a flower stamp, or maybe you have a swirly whirly stamp. Maybe you used one of those. You could add a little bit to the inside, maybe something like that, just to tie it all together. You could always do something like that. Now, let's get this closed up. And I also wanted to say something else. This one, the paper I used was coffee dyed on the back, and this one was white. And I think that's the difference between the two colors, because the coffee dyeing process of the tracing paper was the same. So I think that's why this one's lighter color, is because the backing of this paper right here was white, and the backing of this paper inside here was coffee dyed. Just to say, just so maybe, you know, you want to take that into an account. Here's another little digital from that kit. And what we're going to do with that one, I thought it was a great size that we can take our ironed sari silk. And I will list Cindy's Etsy shop down below for the sari silk if you're interested. And I'm going to give it a tie with a bow like that. Oh, what a beautiful color. Gorgeous color. All right, so let me give it a little trim here. I'm going to give it a little trim here. There we go. And then I'm going to turn it on the back. And this is where I'm going to glue this down. It's really cute, and it goes with our theme here. That's the little digitals, and it holds your sari silk with the piece of ephemera, holds it together. So you're not going to lose your closure at all. Alrighty, so now maybe a little something else. Let's bring our little dish in here. Oh, that one's really pretty. That might fit lovely right there. This bow is really big, but maybe something like that. Just something simple. I've got another one. I've got this one. This one's really pretty too. I like this one because this one's, it's like it's not in focus real well, and this one's a little, shall we say, crisper. I don't know, maybe that butterfly's a little too big. There's this one that's kind of the same color as the terracotta pot. And then there's this black and white one. Let's see which one. Well, I like the black and white one too. It really doesn't matter, you guys. It just doesn't. So I'm going to go with this black and white one, and I think it's because I just feel like it pops a little more. I'm going to add my glue to my butterfly's wings, and then I'm going to add my glue to all of it. And then I'm going to pop it on here just like this. And then, you know, how about a little flat back pearl, if I can get it turned over and get it attached right in the middle of my butterfly. All right, you guys, I absolutely love how these have turned out. I hope that I can get this Facebook glitch taken care of, and if not, we'll work on something else, and I'll let you know about that in our next hashtag Tag Me Tuesday project. You guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.